Hello everyone, welcome back to Edited Roots. So, some days back, I had realized. So, right now, I'm reading Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. Like, most of the Gen Z would be knowing him by the what his works are. He's really famous. He has came to very famous podcast, shared his journey, what it meant to really control. And it is really amazing book. It genuinely the tone of this book is really different. It can shift your mindset like this ultimate motivator book this is. So we are not over here to talk about this, but yeah, why I'm gonna talk about. So right now I'm reading this book for the third time. Can't Hurt Me. First time I had read it like 2 years something ago, 2 years or 2.5 years ago. And I had read this again after that, after first time reading it couple of months later. So right now, after a huge gap, I'm reading this book again. So the thing is, when I'm reading this again, I actually understood what it is written in this book. Like I have completed only this much by reading it, but the things I read right now, and I felt like I never read this when I had read it when I was reading it for the first time, and it blew my mind. Like while reading it for the third time, that is the time I actually understood the story, what he is talking about, what is really going through. Then I understood the first and second time I read it just for reading sake, just because I can add the book name in my book journal, and it's just so weird. And yeah, and then I understood. Yeah, while reading, we might feel productive, but there is also a thing called shallow reading. That's what I did when I read it for the first and second time. This book, and yeah, it just blew my mind because the book, the every time you reread the book, every single time you will have different experience. Trust my words. Every single thing will have different experience. Because the things I felt while reading it first time was completely different. Second time I read it was completely different. Might be there are chances that wasn't a shallow reading, but that was just key according to my beliefs, action. I only read which was needed at that time. And I only read it this time, which was based on my beliefs, actions right now. There are chances that when I'm reading this book for the fourth time, I'm getting much more information, which my that version of Aditi Gurav is able to handle. So yeah, so now experiencing rereading world, I'm gonna more focus on rereading more books. I don't remember the code, but there is a code around something rereading books. Let me see. When you reread a classic, you do not see more in the book and you before did. You see more in you than was there before. Oh, Clinton Fadman said this. So, yeah. Rereading, we find a new book. For me, rereading and rereading is attached acquaintances. Yeah, that is so true. Every time you read the same book, you will definitely have different experience. One of my books that I have read multiple times would be Power of Subconscious Mind, Atomic Habits, Can't Hurt Me, and I guess I read Secret for 2 times. This magic, like there's an ultimate magic in rereading that book again and again. there's another kind of joy. There are some books, which are not meant for you right now to read it. It has happened many times because if I pick up a random, just as reading a right book at a right time is so important, the same thing applies for rereading a book at a right time. And in my opinion, just by exploring new books and reading them would not help you. I guess not even in fiction world, because not in just non-fiction but more also in fiction. I feel I don't read fiction that much. I would read fiction in like once in a year, but even I think in fiction books also you should read the book again and again, because at least in fiction books there are no clues and it's something like that. But in fiction books there are. You might sometimes you might see the story like this, but next time you can see the story like this. So yeah, it's just so fascinating. It's like Taylor Swift songs. She has kept Easter eggs. So yeah, the Easter eggs you might find by watching is seeing that video in once. You have to see that video for 10 times. I kid you not. I was 50. I seriously watch her music videos for 10 times, because you never know which Easter egg you would find. Because many of her Easter eggs are not solved yet. No, we never know what she has kept for us. But yeah, definitely. One day I wanna know what really Taylor Swift reads. Hopefully someday I'll interview her. What does Taylor Swift read? Anyways, it would be iconic if this comes true. So yeah, let's see. So yeah, that's it for today's video. My dear darlings, so reread the video. Sorry, reread the book. Rewatch this video. Increase my views. Increase my subscribers, please. Anyways, bye guys. I love you. Right now, I'm gonna reread this book for 20 minutes. Yeah, and chill, because life is a chill. Bye.